Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the first ever live broadcast of the Deadly Nut of Butter podcast. This is I recorded this before going live. Just want to say thank you all for tuning into this experimental thing, I guess. I've never done a live podcast before, or even a just chatting thing on Twitch. This is new for me. It's a new area. We'll see how well it goes. Today we're talking about the coronavirus. So without further ado, let's just get some intro music going and I'll be live. Hello everybody. What is happening? It is the first ever live, I guess, podcast recording of my podcast. Today we doing it obviously live, and holy shit, feels kind of weird, feels kind of different. But today we're just gonna go right into everything that is kind of sort of happening obviously in real life. Holy shit, it's been a fucking week. It has been seriously a messed up week here, because like, goddamn, a couple days ago we were like, I want to say living the dream, but living a dream a little bit, like at least a couple weeks ago. Like none of this, I don't want to say it was like unimaginably, like it was, what's happening now was completely predictable. Like everyone knew, not everyone, but I feel like a lot of people had a pretty good idea of the type of shit that was going to happen, and here we are. We actually in the shit right now, many weeks later. I think well, when was the first case? I feel like end of December, that's when China had their first case, at least recorded, and they kind of ignored it. They played it off like it was nothing. And holy shit, were they fucking wrong, weren't they? Obviously, it was a big little something there. It could have been resolved like a lot quicker than what it is now. And it's crazy to see how far it's, oh shit, my bad guys. It's crazy to see how far it's gotten. Like, this is new territory for a lot of people. I feel like for a lot of people, this is new territory. There's no playbook. Obviously, I mean there is, but there isn't, because the last pandemic type of thing we had to deal with was way back in the day when swine flu was a huge fucking hit, and now it's not obviously a hit in today's age, obviously, which is good, obviously good. Not saying it's bad. It's obviously good that it's not a huge thing anymore, but now we are. It's getting rough out there. It's getting rough. I mean, Indiana, I live in Indiana, so I'll talk about the state that I live in. It's kind of, I mean, I think today we have 29 cases. No, that might be a lie. Actually, I don't know how many cases, but definitely not as many cases as California and Oregon, who are in like 100 confirmed cases. We are still relatively low in our cases, but at the same time, we have an international airport in our capital. So these cases, these confirmed cases at least, are going to get a lot higher. There's no way they're not going to get any. There's just no way of going down. And it's going to, I feel like eventually it's going to double and triple as we start actually testing people and allow testings to be had. Because right now it's just, it's crazy. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I obviously have a lot more to say, but it's just, wow. Last week, like weeks ago, it was calm. It was steady. We were doing good. And then all of a sudden, bam, we are no longer doing good. And like Indiana today just announced, as of recording, that all public schools, bars, and restaurants are, I guess, closed. I think obviously the bars and restaurants, you can still go and order food and take it out. But for the most part, you're not allowed to dine in, and that's fair. That's good. That's great for me, for other people, obviously, but it's not enough. Like it's almost too late. Like I get the idea of this, the whole flattening the curve thing. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like the idea. I like the enthusiasm to do that, but we're just starting to go up the curve right now. We haven't even like begun to hit the climax of this virus outbreak, and the United States is definitely screwed. Like there's no telling how bad it is until we actually start testing a lot. And people are freaking out, and obviously so. There's no way to downplay it. They have a right to freak out. People have a right to freak out, and they are panic buying. And I get, like, it makes sense, because like I feel like any normal person would do that, because like it's the only thing they can do. Like there's nothing for them to do otherwise. They have to either sit at home and wait for news or go out and actually do something. And I feel like people have a natural urge to do something to help minimize their effect to what is ever going on right now. And the virus, the panic buying, yeah, it makes sense, because like what else are you gonna do? Like there's nothing else to really do here. Like you only have the ability to buy stuff and make it feel like you're secure. And like the thing is, I don't think I'm not going to say we're going to be forced to be locked in our homes, but I definitely, cause like there's no way we could do it. Not I'm going to be like, I'm going to say it, not the society we live in right now. We cannot do that. We cannot simply lock ourselves in our homes and be all right and live. We can't do it, because we have to get food. Now, obviously, we can stack and store food and definitely limit our exposure outside by like a lot. And that's great. That's perfect. But at the same time, not all of us can do that. Like, especially when people are buying out the stores. Like, shit, I went out just simple grocery shopping on Saturday, and it was absolute chaos. It was absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Sorry, I got distracted by a text by my fiance, and I think one woman was checking out. I'll go to Aldi's. If you don't know anything about Aldi's, they have these huge carts, big ass carts. You can fit a lot of stuff in it. But she had 2 carts, one with just a lot of stuff, a lot of food, and the other cart was stacks upon stacks of canned food. That's the way to go. Don't get me wrong. Canned food, beans, rice, that's your go-tos for this type of situation if you wanted to be able to limit your exposure to the outside world. But Aldi, I guess, has a policy to where you cannot buy a bunch of food like that all at once and bulk like that. And she was not having it. She was yelling at the cashier. No, the poor cashier. These fucking retail workers, man, they are being lit up by public people, and it's not good. It's not good at all. I wish them the best, and I definitely thank them for being able to restock the shelves and being there to help people. But at the same time, I feel like they are going to be hit the hardest because of the way this virus works. They're going to be hit, and they're going to be infected, and they're going to have no idea. And it's not the public's fault necessarily. It's definitely the government that is running this fucking show right now. It is entirely their fault. I don't care what President Trump says. He is fully responsible for this. Fully, without a doubt. He is the leader of this country. He is the president. He should take full responsibility of his actions, and it is really unfortunate the way it is going right now. He even said right off the bat, I do not take responsibility. This is the dude that's leading us to death. I feel like he's leading us to death. And I know a lot of young people, I guess myself a little bit there, especially my last podcast where I said, like, you know, I'm young, I'm really healthy, I guess I will definitely survive. And yes, I feel like my confidence in surviving is high, but guess what? That doesn't mean shit. Surviving doesn't mean shit. It's like, okay, so you survive it, but what does that mean exactly? So the effects of this virus it's substantial, very substantial here. It ruins you. It absolutely wrecks your whole lung, like all your lungs wrecked, completely wrecked. There's no coming back, because it's a respiratory virus, as we all know, and it could bring on pneumonia, and pneumonia is a bitch. So I've heard. I've never had pneumonia. I don't want pneumonia. From what I've heard, it is awful. And what happens with pneumonia is, since you're coughing and, you know, coughing a lot, it's ruining your lungs, and it's tearing up your lungs basically, and it's causing your lungs to form scar tissue. And if you know anything about scar tissue, it is a tough, like if you ever have a scar on your hand or wrist or wherever, knees, shins, it's a lot. It's skin that's a lot harder. So imagine that type of density of skin, but in your lungs, and you can't stretch that. Like that's tissue that's not, it's not, this is your lung, and this is what scar tissue is going to do. It's going to cause it to not expand completely. So your breathing capacity, your oxygen intake is now severely cut because you survived this coronavirus because you're young, but you got sick and you had pneumonia, and now your breathing capacity is that much versus what it used to be. I mean, it's going to be cut significantly. So if you're athletic at all, if you play sports at all, and you get this virus, if you're in your 20s, congratulations, you survived death. You cheated death, but now your well-being, your whole life now is almost handicapped in a certain way because of what this virus did to you. And it's this virus. Oh my fucking God, these fucking people here. They go on Facebook, and like, I love watching the local news, not watching it, just watching the thread of people chip in their expertise. And they're, for a while, top comments for a while back when, and it's interesting to see how it's devolved into what it is now. Not necessarily devolved, more like evolve and have people actually be more self-aware what the fuck is going on. But it started off weeks ago. It was a hoax. It was a Democratic hoax. It's not real. It's fake. It's bullshit. And now it's not that at all. People are actually finally starting to wake up. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still some people here who are definitely still saying it'll pass. It's still a hoax. You're just trying to get President Trump out of office. Blah, blah, blah. These people are insane. And it's really telling to see how crazy these people are. I mean, people keep saying, thank you, media, for stirring up fear again. And it's not like they're doing anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. They're reporting. This is what the news does. And people are just going after them for doing their job, just doing what the fuck they're supposed to do. I mean, when the NBA canceled the whole season, pulled out, holy shit, guess what? People were pissed at the media, at the local news station that I follow. They were pissed at them. I think it's it is WTHR actually, who I'm speaking of specifically. They were so mad at them for reporting on this. They're like, oh, there you go, stirring up fear again, stirring up hysteria for views. It's like, this is the fucking news, people. The news. They're not doing anything wrong. They're reporting on a major event. The NBA canceled the season. I don't even watch basketball. Got nothing to fucking do with basketball. I don't care about basketball. I don't care about majority of sports. But I do understand that it's a huge money-making business. Lots of money in NBA. Lots of money in March Madness, which is another thing that I even watch less, is college sports. And people were just so fucking pissed at the media from the comments, just by judging the comments, that it just didn't make sense to me. Like, they're just reporting. There's no need to go after local media for doing what they need to do to inform the public, to inform your dumbass that this thing is actually going on, and you might get it, and you might die. You might actually die, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Like, oh my God, my throat. Oh, that's disgusting. I can't believe this is live. Like, okay, so this is insane, right? Okay, so like, they just announced in Indiana the first death in Indiana from the coronavirus here. First death, and some of the comments are truly, truly sad. Like, okay, so the person that died was 80 years old and obviously elderly, but also had a medical history that obviously affected or let them be more prone to the effects of the coronavirus that eventually led them to die. And some of these comments are it's just kind of sad. Like, one guy was talking about how, like, oh, she's 80, my grandfather died at 82, she lived a full life. Like, it's just, can you imagine, like, having the daughter of this, I imagine, I guess, person. I don't even know if it's a male or female. It doesn't matter. Just the daughter. Like, this is a parent to somebody. And now you have someone saying, she lived a good life. You don't even fucking know her, man. You don't even know this person. I keep saying her, but you don't even know them. And you're saying, she lived a good life. She was old. It's expendable. It's a cost of business, I guess you can say. It's collateral damage. It's just that person's life is nothing to them. And it's just like, people were liking it. People were like, oh yeah, that's a good point. It's just, and then the people keep bringing up the fucking flu. Like, this guy, this is going to happen at some point and it won't be the last. How many people have died from the flu this year? Thousands, motherfucker. Thousands of people have died from the flu. But you know what? We have vaccines for the flu. We have good treatment from the flu. Normal, like, man, these fucking people are ridiculous. Like, this virus is, I don't want to say it's new. It's definitely not new, but it's new to us. And it's spreading so rapidly that people are just, they're playing it off so casually. And it's truly astonishing to see and hear the absolute disregard to other people's well-being. Like, people, young people like myself, I don't want to say all people like me, but we are refusing to back down on social events a little bit. Like, I don't know, I live in a college town, so I see people my age still going out to bars, still celebrating St. Patrick's Day. There's a bar here where I live right now that's still putting on their St. Patrick's Day bar thing. And guess what? They should, like, our state announced that all bars need to stop. And this bar serves food, and they shouldn't be able to do it, but for some reason they are still pushing ahead, and they're saying things like, hey, we will make sure our whole restaurant, our whole bar is wiped down really well for your face, for the air. And it's not about that. It's not about being clean. It's not about cleaning your restaurant at this point. So many people or have it, without a doubt. I saw on, I think it was Reddit, somewhere on Reddit, I forget the guy's name on there, I apologize, but he calculated what the actual number of infected people we're probably at right now. And we are at, I think that was like 225,000 people who are currently infected, but not showing symptoms at all. That's a big deal. Like, that's a huge number. And people are just not, like, they're not getting it. They're not getting it at all. They need to be more aware. Like 225,000 people that don't understand that they're infected. Like, they're infected. They're not showing symptoms yet. I could be infected right now, and I'm not. I feel fine. Like, I feel fine. That's the fucked up thing, is I could feel completely fine. I feel like I can do anything that I wouldn't normally do. But I could still be, I think it's like asymptomatic, where I'm infected but not showing signs, and I can go around and infect anybody. Like, it's nothing. Like, I hope I have the strong immune system that children have, that are able to carry this virus and not get sick themselves. Like, I hope that's me. And, like, I'm trying to limit my exposure to the outside world. I'm really trying. I mean, it's pretty easy for me to do, honestly, because I don't have a social life whatsoever. So I find it bizarre that people are able to consciously decide to go out, still go out and do shit. It's a fucking, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go out. Stay home. It's not worth it. It's not worth getting this disease. It's not even disease, it's a virus. It's not worth getting this virus. It's not, it's just not worth it. I don't know what else to say. Boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, people of Twitch, please do not go out. I know it's hard. I know and believe it or not, I'm probably, I don't want to say preaching the choir, but I feel like the people I'm reaching out to right now, who are listening to me, who are watching me, they are already home. They're not going out. They actively watch and do things at home. They're naturally introverts. Now, believe it or not, there has been probably an influx of people to Twitch as viewers. So, good. There's definitely people out there who are following the protocols here, following the guidelines by not going out. And like, it's just, and the sad part is that, oh, here's the comment I was telling about. My dad died at age 82 and my mom passed away at 76 to 80 years old. So how do you not? Okay. This guy has no idea how old his mom is, but whatever. While sad for family and friends, seems about fairly average. Don't be sad. This person was old. They didn't deserve to live any longer. This person could have lived for a little bit longer. Now, for a little bit longer, and had more of like, I don't think like, so this, like from what I've heard about this virus, from what I've heard, like once you're infected, you cannot breathe. Like you cannot breathe. You think you're going to die by bleeding out your eyes or lots, like it's not like that. You get this virus, your lungs scar up and collapse basically, and you basically suffocate to death. You cannot breathe. I think one guy described it as like someone not shitting on his chest. That's a different thing. Sitting on his chest, and it felt like he could not breathe. That is what we are going into right now. That is what people are about to face. That's what a lot of people are going to have to deal with. And like the worst part is you can't, it's almost like the hospitals are going to get such an influx of people that they can't take them all. They can't take them all. Fuck, you can't even get tested for this damn thing in the United States right now. Okay, I'll take that back. You can get tested. However, you have to have been out of the country first and foremost, have been in contact with somebody out of the country, or have been in contact with someone that's been tested positive for the corona, and you have to be showing symptoms of the corona. So you have to meet that criteria before you're even allowed to get considered to be tested. So you don't even get tested, guaranteed. You have to be considered to be tested for this fucking thing. It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. I am at a loss of words of how bad this rollout of testing has been. Like, I feel like it should be a no-brainer right now to be sending out tests all over the place. I mean, South Korea, they're doing it right. They got people being tested out the ass. And you know what? It's pretty stagnant there. The virus has not grown. Now, granted, there have been, growing cases here and there, but it's not like what we're about to see in the United States. I guarantee it. In 2 weeks, we will be under a full quarantine lockdown. There's no doubt in my mind that what's going on, my man, Headfucker John 07. There's no doubt in my mind that United States will be pretty much under a full quarantine. No doubt about it. It's only a matter of time. Like today, we saw a bunch of states announce that, full bar closures, full restaurant closures, not like full, but more like you can't dine in type closures. You can't go in, you can't sit down, you can't eat a meal. You can only order takeout and get the fuck out. That's it. That's all you can do. And it'll be interesting to see in 2 weeks whether or not it's going to get worse. No, we are reacting to what we're seeing now, and we're not being proactive. That's the heart of it. That's the major downfall we are in right now, is we are not being reactive enough. We're just reacting to what we're seeing now, and that's too late. Like, it's too late. We are going for a block to the head, and we're missing the fucking gut punch that's going to hit us in about a week. Lemon, let me ask you. You sent me a message on Twitter saying your country is under a full lockdown. How has that been for you, my man? Because right now we're getting to that point here in the USA. We're getting to that point, and it is it's almost scary. Definitely scary. Like, today was really unnerving for me personally. I'm anxious about the whole thing. Like, I got almost no work done. I have B-roll to edit, and it's just, I sat there and worked on it for a bit, but my mind was in other places. It's just not working. Oh, you're on a curfew even. Yo, Lyric, what's going on, my man? We're talking Corona. How is the coronavirus treating you, my friend? I don't know. I imagine you're not infected. I hope you're not infected. But I just kind of want to get a gauge of, like, what's it like in other places right now? Because, as I was telling Lemon here, in the United States, at least in my state, bars and restaurants are dine out only. Like, you can only order food and take it out. You cannot sit in the restaurant and eat it. And like, people are freaking out about that. So imagine if we do a full quarantine. Oh shit, 3 weeks, no school. Right on, my man. I think right on. That sounds, I don't know what it all means. That's the thing. Like, it's definitely not good, but at the same time, I feel like it is kind of good that we're actually doing something, but it all feels so late. It feels too late. It just feels way too late. So you're absolute lockdown. We are on a curfew. Okay, so like, what does like the curfew mean? You can't go out at a certain time, or you have a certain time limit out? Like, if you need food, are you allowed to go out and get food? Like, I feel like that's the first thing that's definitely one of the big things I'm worried about, honestly, because like I don't have enough food. I have food for about a week and a couple days. After that, I'll need to go out and get food. I'm not even under a full quarantine lockdown yet, but we're getting to that point. Only for groceries. That's good, I think. I mean, I would imagine that's good. No lockdown for you. Where do you live? Like, you don't have to tell me exactly where, but do you live in the United States? Do you live in Canada? Where exactly are you? Not exactly, but you know what I mean? Sorry. I don't know how to do this appropriately or well enough yet, but yeah. I think my home to Cali. Oh, that's right. Shit, yeah. I think San Francisco actually just announced a full lockdown of their city. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like, I may have been. Let me look it up real quick before I'm completely wrong about that. Lockdown. That's the corner right there. Yep. That is right. 2 hours ago, actually. Bay Area residents are officially being urged not to leave their homes, with very few exceptions for essential outings. So San Francisco, they're doing it, but as working in San Francisco, dude, can he leave? I hope he can leave. Like, I'm not sure how the lockdown works here. Or at least the Chronicle just reported, and Mayor London Breed has confirmed at a press conference that shelter-in-place orders go in effect at 12:01 a.m. Tuesday. That means at 12:01 a.m., residents in the 6 above-named counties are officially under orders to not leave their homes because of the unfolding coronavirus outbreak. Yikes. I don't know. Like, I hope he can get out. It says you can keep walking your dog at a safe distance from other people. Grocery stores, pharmacy, and gas stations are remaining open, and restaurants will stay open for takeout only. So this doesn't really sound like a huge lockdown. I don't understand it. That sounds like what all the other states are doing. Currently in game. I can talk in like 10 minutes. All right, sounds good, my man. He's a boomer, has diabetes, and smokes. Oh shit, dude. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't think people are understanding that, like, the people keep talking about, oh, I'm young, I can survive this. And, oh, it's just the elderly with respiratory problems or whatever other medical history problems they've had in the past. But people don't understand, like, okay, so I don't know if he's technically a boomer, but I like to think he might be in his, maybe 40s? No, 30s. Maybe 30s or 40s. Boomer doomer. That's funny. I have a feeling he's in his 30s and 40s, maybe. But the fact that he's diabetic and smokes, he's gonna, like, if he gets this, I'm not going to say for sure that he's going to not make it, but his odds are very slim. Very, very slim. And I don't want to be a down, oh, he's 56. Yeah, I'm not going to say for sure what could happen if he does get it. If he does, he might not. It's not. There's people out there, obviously, who have not gotten it, at least have not gotten confirmed that they have it. But, he might look out and not get it. And good for him. I think that would be the best, obviously. But if he does get it, his chances, because he is diabetic and he does smoke, are very, very slim of making it out of this positively in full recovery. Because if he does make it, it might lead to pneumonia, which will tear up the dude's lungs like none other. And it would just not be a fun day after that. It would not be a fun day. Because I can pull up some images of, actually I might do that. I'm going to pull up some images of the CT scans of what has happened when people get this virus. Because I think they did release CT scans of the first person that had this virus, and it's not good. It's not good at all. Obviously, it's not good. I mean, if it was, it's just like his lungs. I'm trying to pull it up very quickly here. Entertain yourself. Okay. See, I'm gonna do this correctly. Ooh, wait a minute. I know what to do. Exit out all this bullshit. All this personal information that you are not allowed to see. Pop-ups. This is embarrassing. I should have done this way before I started here. Display capture. Yeah, there we go. Like you see this right here. This is all not good. This big old blob of whiteness right here. Not supposed to be there. Not supposed to be there at all. Then you kind of got all this shit happening down here, which is also not the play that you want to be in right now. Why is her ass out? Yeah. And this, like a normal lung, I don't know if it's going to be in here or not, but a normal lung is going to look more like this blackness right here. This black is going to be the lung. It's supposed to be all black. It's normal if it's black. But instead you got this whiteness happening, and you got this whiteness happening, you got this whiteness happening. It's not going to be good. Oh my God, I have wrecked it. There we go. I think if he died, then I think it would be great. I would be in a great state of depression. Yeah, dude. Exactly. Yes, absolutely. And that is completely normal. I don't want to bum you out, and I don't want to be like alarming you here to a large degree, but at the same time, like, I should not do that. Oops. Hang on a second. But at the same time, like, it's just something people need to be more aware of, and they're not taking it seriously. Like, they're not. Like, especially people in my age group who are still going out and partying it up in bars for St. Patrick's Day, who are still going out to concerts. It's bizarre. It's truly bizarre, and I don't understand what's causing them to think it's all right. Because, again, just because you're not showing symptoms, just because you feel fine, does not mean you're not carrying the virus. In fact, you can be infected, right? I just can't believe it. I just realized I touched my face. You could be infected with this virus for weeks and not show any symptoms, and then bam, overnight, you're in a bed, can't breathe, feeling like you have some 400-pound person sitting on your chest, because that's what apparently this virus feels like. Oh shit, I've got to turn off raffles. It doesn't matter. We'll do a raffle. It's hard to be happy about a raffle during this conversation, this topic. And it's insanity. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to do this, fix up the display capture real quick. I wish I washed my hands. Yeah, you probably should have wished that a little bit, as always. Wash your hands. It's not that hard. Just wash them. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, you know? Like, you dry your hands a little bit, and it'll be all right. Congratulations, Lyric, on the 300 butter points. You can buy the channel at 25,000 if you really wanted to. Just joking about that sort of kind of. But it would be a huge milestone if someone had 25,000 or 25,000 butter points. I think that'd be dope. But I was reading some of these comments from like my local news station about someone who died, and it's just super sad how people were reacting to her age. I think it was a her. Yeah, it is a her. So an elderly woman, she was 80 years old. She had a medical history of multiple organ failures, and people were like, oh, well, you know, gotta go sometime. And it's just like, people, she was a person. She had a name. I'm not going to say her name out loud, but she was a person. She had a family, and people were just tossing her off like it was nothing. Like she was this collateral damage. Like it just didn't matter. I wash my hands like a doctor. Good. You should wash them more. and then wash them again, and then keep washing them. Don't forget to take a shower, but keep washing them. I mean, that's the thing. Like, let's not fool ourselves here for a second. Fucking libtards. I don't know about that. I think the libtards are actually onto something here. But I definitely don't. You know, like, washing your hands is obviously going to help, but it's not going to be the end of it. Because, like, not everyone's doing what they need to do. They're not doing what they should be doing, like, weeks ago. We, as a nation, are not doing what we should have done weeks ago. China, they bought us time to get ourselves ready for this. They actually did some substantial good work at trying to limit this virus and its spreading, and now it's too late. It's too late to do anything. Like, obviously, it's not too late, but it's too late to try to do what we should have done weeks ago. Like, weeks ago, we should have been setting up and telling people not to go out to bars. We should have been closing bars. We should have been closing restaurants. We should have been closing schools, universities at least. Especially, like, the university that is in my town right now finally announced that they will be closing basically until next semester, actually. Like, commencement, completely canceled. Commencement is canceled. It is not happening. It is over. They will do a digital thing. I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, a digital commencement. If you are, I guess, I don't even know what that means. Because, like, no one's going to be there to receive their diploma. So what are they going to do instead? Like, I can see them maybe doing, like, the speeches, or the speakers doing a pre-recorded thing, and then just putting that on a live stream. Maybe have, obviously, the president of the university might say something. It's just, it's so, I feel like people are trying to hold on to this normalcy that we have obviously grown accustomed to. And that's a thing, obviously, that people like, normalcy, and people don't want to let that go yet. And it's going to hurt us almost worse in the end. It's going to hurt us way worse. It's all turning into World War Z. I've actually never read the book or seen the movie, but I did see, Outbreak. Saw Outbreak a couple weeks ago. The super good movie. And that's exactly what's I wouldn't say exactly what's happening here. I mean, in that movie, it spread, the disease in that movie spread a lot quicker than what's spreading here, and it affected just a small town. But people in that fucking movie are acting the exact same way we are acting now. It's also a game. Oh, really? I didn't know it was a game. But people are reacting in that same way that they are reacting now. They're going to crowded areas and not listening and trying to defy the government. And no, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say you should bow down to the government at all times, but in times like this, in times specifically like this, when there is a serious threat to our well-being as a populace, we should, I don't know, listen a little bit, do a little, I don't know, be a little more proactive, be a little more conscious of our actions, of our, I don't know, surroundings, seeing where we're at. It's just, I don't know, it's like, obviously I have so much, like people, I'm touching my face again. Fuck, I'm dying. I'm going to die. People are just like, there's no need to overreact. People are saying we're overreacting, and we're not overreacting. I mean, shit, say this whole thing blows over right now. Say this whole thing blows over. It's done for, and like, I don't know, maybe next year. Let's be hopeful. Next year, it'll be better. Obviously, maybe. I would hope so. But next year, at this time, I want to look back and think, we were absolutely fucking silly for overreacting like this. Like, there was no need to do this. What a bunch of silly looking assholes we look like now. But I would rather look like that than looking back at that time a year from now going, wow, I wish we would have done a little bit more to save a little more people, to, do something more. I don't want to look back at this time and really, like I said, wish we would have done more. That is a terrible feeling. I don't want that feeling. I don't know why anybody would want that feeling. I think we should just quarantine, shut down the whole thing tomorrow, and wait it out for as long as we can. Limit our exposure to the outside world and just hunker down and pray to God it goes away. because that's the only way it's going to work. Like China, for example, they did that in, I guess, where the city, I forget that, I can't not pronounce the city name, but it's like Wuhan, I think it was called. When it broke out there, they finally did something and they shut the whole city down, and numbers are finally starting to go down. Number of people confirmed starting to go down. Number of people dying starting to go down. And we are just starting to do something about what we're being exposed to right now. And it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late, and it's not going to work. It's simply not going to work. Like, obviously flattening the curve will flatten. Obviously the curve will flatten just a little bit here, but it's not going to be anything substantial. It's going to last for a long time. Hell, President Trump even said, don't expect anything good to happen until July and August. And I don't think that's going to be true at all. I think it's going to be until about September till we start to notice the illness start to fade away a little bit. And even then, like, the economic ramifications we're about to experience is going to be insane. Yeah, we would say something. I was going to say something, but it's going to get a stream shut down. I don't know about that. Like, what do you, like, okay, give me a hint. What are you going to say? Oh, gross. Swallowing sounds. But yeah. So the economic ramifications right now, like, the stock market itself is failing. It's fallen hard, many thousands of points. I don't even know what it means exactly. I'm not an economist. I don't know anything about it. I'm not on Wall Street bets. I know nothing about it, but it's not good. It reminds me of the housing crisis that happened back in 2008, when the housing market crashed hard. But now it's coming back. And it sucks now, because then I was actually kind of protected by Hiroshima too. I don't know if my stream would get banned for that. I mean, I don't know if it would be that bad in the United States. I mean, it's definitely bad in Italy right now, but it's not even that bad. Okay, let me back up there. It's pretty bad in Italy. Thousands of people have died, but Hiroshima, a lot more people died. So I don't know, I doubt that's bannable. But anyways, I'll let it pass. Doesn't matter. Don't care. Sort of. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the economic ramifications. People are not going to be able to bounce back easily. Like, I work in a field, obviously photography and videography, and part of that field is weddings. A big part of that field actually is weddings, wedding photography, wedding videography. Huge parts of, I don't know, planning a wedding, having a wedding, two industries that thrive obviously on weddings. And weddings are being postponed right now or canceled entirely. And those photographers and videographers, that's their, like, weddings are the bread and butter here. The bread and butter. They get I get some side gigs every now and then. I'm not even a full-time wedding photographer, videographer. I work someplace that employs me to do what I do for a living. Thank God, because I would hate to be a wedding photographer right now watching my clients pull out of the contract or a contract because of this pandemic. I mean, you can't blame them. Our own governor came out and said, do not have gatherings of 10 or more people. The CDC is saying don't have gatherings of 50 or more people. So now you have a limit of, like, in most weddings are 50. No, most weddings are 100 or more people. And it's just, they're not happening now. Like, obviously they're not happening now, and good. They shouldn't happen, obviously. But these photographers and videographers, they're not going to recover. They're not. They're I don't want to say they're done for, but a lot of them, I guarantee, don't have the savings for another year without any income. Because here in Indiana, you basically have a few good months of good wedding season. And after those months, it's winter, and you got to hunker down for a little bit and do a little side gigs here and there, a little side hustle, make a little money on the side here, and wait till the weddings come back so you can stock up again on money. And now wedding season is slowly being chipped away from these people, these friends of mine, actually. And they don't know what they're going to do. They don't know if they have enough money to go a whole year without an income. Like that's like some of them do because they have savings and they're smart. But some of them who I want to say just starting out, but only have a couple years into the industry or a couple years into their business, who simply don't have a savings really. Like they have maybe a couple months in savings, but after that they're out of money. And there's no paid time off. There's no sick leave. Like this is their own business. And it's a smart business. It's almost a smart business to be in. It's a saturated business market, but it's a good business market because people are going to get married no matter what. People are going to get married and obviously have a big celebration and want it documented for Facebook and family reasons. It's just fucking depressing. Yes, it is. This is a reality though. I feel like a lot of people come to Twitch now more than ever to escape everything, but now is not the time for escape. Anyways, and a lot of people are going to lose a lot here. And this is not, even when the coronavirus is over, it's not going to be really over for a majority of people. Like me, for example, I don't know what's going to happen to me or my job that I have now. And like I have security at my job now. I feel like I'm not going to lose it tomorrow or in the next few weeks. But it's definitely going to make businesses out there consider what jobs are important, because like, hey, we didn't need this during the coronavirus. We can cut this person out. And it's definitely it's going to be very interesting. And like I'm definitely not excited for it, but at the same time, I don't know. Like it's definitely it's uncharted territory. It's so new, and I want to be positive about it, but it's hard to be positive about it when you see industries right now slowly realizing that their job is gone. Like they don't have sick leave, they can't take sick leave, they don't have money saved up. Rent is not going away. Bills are simply not going away. It's going to be absolute anarchy, probably. A lot of people are going to lose a lot. Like, fuck. You think car payments are going to stop all of a sudden? No fucking way. Your family already has Fallout food? Hey, man, that's good. That's good. Like, a lot of people made fun of the, people building bomb shelters and doomsday shelters. They're laughing now. They're laughing at us now, who are panicking, going out and buying bulk food all at once. I fucking hate that shit. Seeing people with multiple carts full of toilet paper is ridiculous. They don't need that much. You don't need that much. Your ass is fine. It's going to be clean. Buy some she cells and you'll be all right. Believe me. It's insanity. It's insanity out there right now. And it's going to be worse. I need to go out and buy food again. Not necessarily because I'm out of food now, but for some reason I had this optimistic feel. My voice is going out. Optimistic feel that it would be somewhat better by now. And it's obviously not better at all. And it's much, much, much worse than I originally thought it would be. It's crazy. Italy is what's going to happen here, actually. It's exactly what's going to happen here. You look at any of the stats that cases confirmed, people have died, and we're following it right next to it, following right in its footsteps. And it's just, it's just going to be bad. It's just going to be bad. I wish I had stocked up on food more when I went out Saturday, but I was like, people were panic buying, it'll be all right. And Monday came, and it's like, holy fuck, I was very wrong. I should have been more proactive. Just reactive to what's happening. And I wasn't. But I do have alcohol on my desk, so in the event that things go super bad, at least I can drink and, have a good time as the world slowly burns or something. I don't know. Yeah, if you thought this was going to be a happy podcast, you were very wrong. So wrong, actually. Well, sort of. I'm glad you're here, though. I'm glad you guys are here. There's no really good news in all this. I guess, according to the press conference today, Trump did say that there are preliminary trials in a vaccine, but who the fuck knows what that means? I guess that means that they're working on it. But, like, if you know anything about the government, they're not going to get anything done quickly. This is not a vaccine that's going to be available in a week or two. It's the vaccine. This is a vaccine that's going to be available in a couple months. Like, it's hard to look positively here. And I really hope that we all come out of this a little wiser, a little stronger, and realize that we are so fucked if this happens again and don't do anything about it. And we don't make changes now. Like the testing thing, that should be a thing. Like we should be able to test quickly now, today. I should be able to walk to my hospital or CVS or Walgreens and be like, hey, feeling like I got these symptoms, can I be tested? And they will be like, yes, absolutely, Nutter Butter, you can be tested right now, in fact. And right now, that's not the case at all. Simply not the case. And I wish it was. Really do. We need to be like South Korea. I say we need to be like China right now. Dare I say. Because Italy was not like those two at all. And they are in shambles. Italy is in complete shambles. And now we're seeing a bunch of, sorry, I'm just scrolling through news feeds, and a bunch of actors now who are being tested positive for the corona. We had, I can't say, Ibra, what's his name? The black guy in The Office who was a kind of a dick. And also the guy in The Wire as well. Idris Elba. Can't say his name right, but he's now positive for it. And yeah, it's just whole basketball team as well got tested very quickly. But the normal people today cannot get tested. It's insanity. We are in for a rough couple weeks, couple months actually. I think the best analogy I've seen so far of this is not just like a storm. This is not something that's going to be over tomorrow in a week. This is a season. This is a blizzard. This is a long fucking blizzard that's going to last for a while. And it's, once we get out of the disease, like I said before, we're going straight into a depression, like economically speaking, depression. It may be, if we're lucky, just a recession, but it'll definitely be depression without a doubt. I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do. Damn, back in February, we got engaged. We were planning a wedding, and now it's not like the ceremony is off, but it's like, holy fuck, what do we do if we don't have money anymore because we can't work? Like, obviously we can't have a ceremony. It's just like, holy fuck, that's like not how I imagined how this would end up being. Like, really worried about America. Once it hits you, it hits here. Your medical system is going to get overwhelmed. Yeah, it's like, I feel like the more populous areas, like, I don't know, New York City, for example, or San Francisco or Los Angeles, like, they're going to be hit the hardest. But at the same time, I feel like they have the medical infrastructure to handle a lot of people. But I'm more worried about like the rural towns in middle of America, like in Montana, like the small towns there. Because like, I know for a fact that if one person gets it in these small town like areas, like the whole town is likely to be infected. And there's probably not a good hospital that can treat them very well, like a major state hospital could. And it's just, those towns are going to get absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Flu shots have little flu in them, so why don't we put a little of Corona and call it a day? Oh, you figured it out, Lyric. You have figured out. You know what? President Trump will be calling you soon. He wants to know how much to pay you for solving the vaccine problem we have now. Well, it's not really a problem, but the lack of vaccine, that's a problem. The lack of antibodies is a problem. But yeah, I keep seeing people talk about, it's just like the flu. It's just like a cold. And it's not. I've never seen the cold. Fucking big brain. That's right, Lyric. You got the biggest brain in here. But yeah, I've never seen the flu or the cold shut down the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball. Never seen anything like that before. Never seen it shut down a whole country. Never seen it partially shut down. I think Denmark partially shut down, right? Pretty sure that's a thing now. UK is announcing quarantine-like measures. I mean, this is not something that, it's not like the cold. It's not like the flu. You will die if you get this and if you have medical problems. And it's not just, respiratory. It's not just simple. It's medical history conditions that you have. It's if you have an autoimmune disease, chronic disease, this thing will wreck you. It will not go easy. It will not. It obviously does not care. It's a virus. It can give a fuck. It's just doing what a virus does. But the people who are, I don't know, downplaying it so hard, saying, "Oh, I'll be fine," but no, America. We Americans, we're fat, we're obese. That's a chronic issue. That's a chronic health issue, and this virus, it's gonna wreck them. It's gonna wreck us all. Oh, the whole day. This is what's been on my mind all day, actually, and it was hard doing any type of work. Be honest, I got some work done, but it was hard to do. It's absolute craziness. Like I was checking Twitter feeds, Facebook feeds, everything, just to get that, that little bit more dopamine. Not really dopamine. I don't know why I said dopamine. The drip of finding out what's going to happen next. Oh, good. France just fucking imposed a 15-day lockdown. And here's the United States, not really locking down a whole lot. Or they're trying to, I guess I should say. They're trying to lock down things, but the people, the citizens, not doing much in that regard, not following it the way they should. Man, and it's only Monday, guys. It's Monday. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Who knows what Wednesday will bring? I mean, last Thursday, it was a big day. The university that's in my town announced online only classes. It didn't seem like it was going to get any better. And then I think it was a national emergency also announced. I believe that day as well. Maybe Friday it was. But then now it's Monday. And like the national emergency has escalated substantially to just 10 people working a crowd. Whole bars and restaurants closed, once again saying that. Stock market crashes, basically. Plunges substantially. And, it's Monday. It's March. It is the third month into 2020. We still got 9 more until we have a baby. And that baby will truly wreck us all. Yeah. Who knows what. Yeah. 2020 will be the year of the corona. Without a doubt. And it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Who knows when it'll get better, if it'll get better. I like to think it'll get better, but not hold my breath on that one at all. So we should talk about something a little more positive. I have no idea what to talk about on that regard. Honestly, I don't. My whole weekend and my whole day today was just consumed by the coronavirus and how it's not going to work. Weed, dude, I can totally go for some edibles right about now, to be honest. No, there's kind of a funny article I came across. Divorce rates spike in China after couples spend too much time together. Thought that was kind of funny. Yo, I don't care. What is happening, my man? Long time no see. I'm just doing a live recording of podcast talking about the coronavirus, just seeing how it's affected people. Not necessarily if you have been diagnosed with it or been tested positive, just seeing, what have you been doing to be more, I guess, reacting to what's happened in the news and how you're dealing with it. It's yeah. Like I was telling my people in here, I haven't been doing enough. I have food to last about a week or so, a week and a half, but that's about it. And then I'll have to go out and get more food and expose myself to the harsh world. I just saw an article talking about, divorce rates spike in China after couples spend way too much time together. And I thought that was kind of funny. Like, we're going to have like my life hasn't been affected. Oh, really? Damn, dude. Lucky you. Like, I feel like my whole life has been turned. Well, like, I feel like it right now has been turned upside down, but that's probably not an accurate way of saying it. I'm probably just saying that because I'm reacting to a lot of changes that have happened today alone. So I feel like my life has been turned upside down, but it hasn't even fully happened yet, really. You don't want me to die? I don't want me to die either, to be honest. I'm quite partial to and biased to my well-being and livelihood. If that is definitely biased, but you know, it's me. I want to be able to enjoy a little bit more here. And I'm supposed to get married in 2 years. Like, I don't even know. You're in Ohio? Dude, isn't like Ohio like not like you guys closed everything, right? They're like Indiana in that regard. I'm pretty sure you closed restaurants, at least dine-in restaurants and dine-in bars. And I know schools closed there as well. Pretty sure. Public schools at least. And I think Ohio State announced commencement was canceled. Same thing with a lot of universities in Indiana. They just flat out canceled commencement already, which is definitely the right play, in my opinion. Because that is a large number of groups, or a large, big group of people being gathered into one area where we can all just breathe on each other. And it's a breeding ground ripe for corona. I do find it funny that like the divorce rate in China spikes after spending too much time. That's kind of funny. You think they would hang out? You think it would not? We're gonna have a lot. Okay, so if it does get that bad in the United States where people are forced inside, I definitely would see. I definitely don't doubt there would be a spike in divorce rates, but there will also be a baby boom. Because what else are couples supposed to do when they're forced to be locked inside a building? There's going to be some full penetration happening. And it's going to create, like, I think today actually, does it sound like millennials, but with chronolials, something like that? I'm under 50, so I can get it. Dude, I hate to break it to you, my man. It will be a baby boom, honestly. I swear to God. In 9 months, no, in a year, there'll be a baby boom, big baby boom, because of the corona and forcing people to be in their homes. But I don't care. I don't care, user. Dude, you can get infected, my man. I don't know how old you are, but you might be able to contract the virus. And even if you don't necessarily show symptoms or get sick like at all, you can still carry the virus and spread it to other people. Like, you can be asymptomatic basically, which means you're not symptomatic, but you can carry the virus, infect other people. And boomer remover. Shit, man, that's funny as fuck. I don't care what human says. And 2 have already died. Yep. That's the thing is, oh yeah, sorry. Join if you want butter points. I didn't announce that. Yo, I don't care. Congratulations on them butter points. Yeah, I didn't know 2 have died, or 2 children have died. Like, I know children by a large part, seem to be uninfected or don't show signs of being infected by it. Whoa. I have a music video playing right now. Too bad you can't hear it. Oh, what the fuck? I can't play this on stream. There's naked women on here. Why would you play this? Oh. Boys, I'm distracted hardcore right now. What is this? How did you do this? You know what? I'm not even ashamed by it. Not even ashamed. Don't even care. Yeah, only music accepted. But yeah, what was I saying? I got super distracted. Boomer remover, fucking hilarious. 2 children have died. See, I don't know anything about that, but I wonder if they did die, like if they had like a chronic chronic disease or something that made them more made them more likely to get it and to have ill effects happen to them. Like, I don't know, dying. Show us the titties, dude. There's literally the internet right now to go see some titties. Like, I'm not going to tell you which site specifically, but they rhyme with learn pub. So there you go. Enjoy them hentai titties. Good point. I know it's a good point. Like, shit, can you imagine if, like, porn was removed from the internet? Like, there'd just be one website left called www.bringbacktheporn.com. There's no fucking way, like, the internet would last without the porn. Corn tub? Hey, you know what? That actually rhymes a lot better than what I said. And and it's weird going through my Twitter feed right now because I got like all like this crazy news about the coronavirus and things happening, and you know, people need to be doing a better job. And then you got like my tech channels that I follow who are still business as usual basically. And it's weird. It's weird seeing like this contrast of a burning facility and then business as usual. People dying from this horrible disease, but you know, really cool phone and monitor. You know, it's just weird. I don't know how to take it. I really haven't watched much of my other YouTube channels and streams because of this. I just don't know what else. I just can't watch anything else really. Linus Sex Tips. Linus Just the Tip. My favorite game. But yeah, so like, ooh. But anyways, I think I'm gonna call it for a night, my boys. Normally, these podcasts last about an hour, so I've been on for about an hour here. I think it's time to wrap it up. I just kind of like I don't even know if this was very informative. I don't know if it was very enjoyable to watch / listen to. I'm going to upload just the MP3 onto my Spotify account and everything. 0 punctuation theme. Nah, I don't even know what that is. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll definitely be doing this again, hopefully with a much happier and not so depressing topic to talk about. Yeah. Thank you all again for tuning in to the Deadly Nutter Butter podcast and the first ever live recording. Bye, my dude. See you later. I don't care. I'll be on tomorrow. Why don't I stop the podcast? And hey, okay. You know what? Fair point. I'll go ahead and stop the podcast right now. And then I guess we'll keep you know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going to do that because I need to be going to bed soon so I can stay healthy. Good point, Lemon. Love that. But yeah. So thank you all again for tuning in. I'll be on tomorrow, probably a little bit earlier than normal because my fucking gym closed due to the coronavirus. My gym is gone for the time being. It's the right play, without a doubt, but still, I hate it. I wish it stayed open. I want my gym. Division tomorrow? Hell fucking yeah, dude. I'm playing the Division. It's a good day. It's a good game to play in times like this because of all the dead people from a virus. Wow, that was bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I'll be on a little bit earlier tomorrow than normal because my gym is closed. Did you guys, let's get a feel here. Did you guys like it at all? Was it good? Did you like this live podcast? I'll keep doing these more here and there if you liked it. Hopefully with happier topics, like I said. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. It's weird to do. Yes, all right, cool. So I'll definitely do one more. And like, if you're not in my Discord, !Discord. Submit topics if you want me to cover them. Submit news stories you thought like, hey, this is interesting. I might cover it. I might not. I'm not asking you to provide me content. I will do that myself. But, you know, if it's something interesting that I haven't heard of, and you think I'd like it, go ahead and submit it. Why not? And if you're not following any of my podcast channels, !Exclamation Point Podcast, you'll get a list of them for Spotify, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Follow any of those. Anchor's on there too if you don't like any of those. Yeah. So this has been the first ever live recording of the Deadly Nutter Podcast. Deadly Nutter Butter Podcast. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will be live tomorrow Tuesday, if I'm still alive. Hopefully I am. Anyways, you all have a great rest of your evening. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. Self-quarantine. If you're feeling sick, don't go out to busy places. Be safe, guys. I super appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night. I love you. And good night. Well, guys, that does it for me on this podcast episode. This is obviously not live. I hope you enjoyed the live experience, the live recording of it. It was really good. I liked it a lot. It was fun. It was great. It was grand. It's definitely a lot longer than my normal podcasts have been, but whatever. I won't have to edit as much here because I just did it live. I will try to do these more often because it is fun. It's a different way of doing things, a different way of interacting with people who listen to my podcast. If you're not following me on Twitch, why not? It is great content you're missing out on. I normally play Division and Destiny 2 every now and then, but I haven't been playing the new season. Anyways, I'm gonna stop here. Thank you all again so much for listening in. Catch me live on twitch.tv/deadlynutabutter. Hope to see you all there. Stay safe out there. Stay clean. Wash your hands. I love you.